AShinyObject.
This item was provided to me by Hiya Toys. My opinion was not. Hiya Toys' Stylist series, Godzilla Evolved, will be standing slightly under 7 inches tall. Yeah, slightly under. And before we get started, I have to give a shout out to my latest patron, Mitchell. Thank you so much for becoming a Shinrobjira patron, fam. Each patron brings us closer to a brand new series on the Shinrobjira channel, Patreon Chronicles, Poor Money Management. So this is my very first soiree into Hiya's Stylist series, and I gotta say, I'm actually, quite impressed. I had frequently seen the Godzilla vs. Kong Stylist series figures out and about, and I always came so close to buying it, but then I remembered, movie monster series. But now I can see that that was a dreadful mistake on my part, because holy God. I gotta give Hiya Toys a lot of credit here, because those eyes are tiny and it looks like they're looking directly into the camera. They're so beady and glossy and awesome. Oof. Good show, Hiya. Good show. I mean, that... Wow. Teeth are nicely painted. The tongue has a nice coloration to it that disrupts its circadian rhythm in comparison to the membranes in the inside of the mouth. Yeah, this is impressive. And yeah, he is going to have a bit of an unsightly seam around his neck, but I don't know, complaining about that when the rest of the thing looks so damn good, it just doesn't feel right. Goji got the light, bright eyebrows that stretch all the way back to his neck into this field of fleshy pink dorsal fins. For whatever reason, I did think these were going to be translucent. So many evolved Godzilla figures are coming out right now, I probably just got it mixed up with SH Monster Arts or something else. But for what it's worth, I think the dorsal fins are done up pretty well. I'm a big fan of just very fluorescent looking pink, and I do kind of wish these looked very fluorescent pink. But as we all know, Hiya loves their variants, so I can't say for sure, but I'd be surprised if they didn't do a heat ray charged translucent version of this. But for what we got going on here, I dig it. And not for nothing, these dorsal fins, they're nice and soft, so if this thing takes a tumble at any point, these won't break. I'm not sure about anything else on the figure. And thankfully, they're all pretty rubbery, even as we move into the tail over here. These dorsal fins are going to be sporting the same colorway as the ones on Godzilla's back. Yep, even this part of the tail is going to have rubbery fins. Nice. Hey, yo, Yug, let's take a look at the Thagamizer. Rubbery as well, a bit on the stiffer side, but it was -1 out today, so... And yet again, the detailing back here is quite nice, and the paint is nice and consistent, so I can give Hiya Toys that. Painting and detailing on the underside of the tail is going to match pretty much 1-to-1 with the rest of the figure. I mean, it's going to have that tannish brown in between all of the layers of Godzilla's skin. The bottom of his feet are going to be brown, and yeah, not for nothing, this is impressive. Oh yeah, I forgot about those elbow spikes. They're not as detailed as the rest of the dorsal fins, and they're a bit on the rubbery side. They are rather small, so yeah, no issue there. No. Godzilla's toes be looking, toey, I guess. Is that a word? They look fantastic, and they look like that they would be very strict on releasing Kamen Rider on physical media. But they're learning. And most importantly, just the skin going on over here. The fact that it's not just one singular flat color. It's got depth to it. I freaking love it. I love it so much. And I hate myself for sleeping on this line until now.
Godzilla's going to have some interesting little highlights on his tail over here.
Thankfully enough, they're not exuberantly loud to the point where they look like they don't belong there. Just the more and more I look at it and notice it, obviously, it's just, interesting. Arguably making the tail a bit more interesting to look at. So, good show there, Hiya. Wow. You know, this is my first proper Godzilla Evolved figure. Not knocking Playmates, not in the slightest, but wow, I didn't realize just how much of a reduced waist and gut Godzilla Evolved has. My word! Godzilla's on Ozempic. And I just wanted to take a closer look at the mouth area, just to look at the teeth and the tongue and the membranes and everything. And again, I do think they are done up very, very well. It's just they're so friggin' small, sometimes it's hard to tell. Wow. God damn. That just looks awesome. That is nuts. But yeah, it looks like the teeth are going to be outlined with a bit of gray, and they don't pop out anything significant, but it's nice that they're painted and they don't look like crest whitening strips, you know? This is friggin' nuts. And hey, yo, not for nothing, $50 and it looks like this, and it's of a decent size too? That ain't bad. Now I'm going to start getting all the Stylist stuff. Anyway, let's move on over into size comparisons and take a look at the box, and we'll meet right back here in a hot sec.
Shokugan, movie and limited movie. HG, Finger Puppets, King, SH Monster Arts Small, SH Monster Arts Large, Godzilla Action Figure Series, Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic, Jiris. And here's the box. We've got a sunset. We've got Godzilla with pink friggin' dorsal fins roaring off into the distance. It's an aesthetically pleasing box, something that we've become rather accustomed to with that of Hiya Toys boxes. And yeah, I have nothing else to say. It's nice.
And in comparison to other statue-like figures that I have in my collection, I think he fits right the hell in. And these are the Sega figures, and if you know Sega figures, they're good. Bro even looks pretty damn good next to the X Plus Defo Real figures. Let me get Ultima up in here. It's been a while since he's seen light. Look at that. Look at that. Fantastic. Even Diamond Select seems properly matched with this thing. Where's the big guy at? Ugh. Oh, jeebus. Yeah, man, the Stylist series feels like it's going to be right at home on my shelves. Dog even looking pretty fire next to these resin, I think, Godzilla chest pieces that Booboofus sent me. I mean, damn. I'm happy. I'm getting more and more excited about this line the more I look at this thing. I definitely think this is a good way to bridge the bread gap that's being left by the delay of Godzilla Evolved and Shimo in the Exquisite Basic series. And while yes, it doesn't outright replace the presence of those, I feel well fed after this. I feel like I can continue on and keep on keeping on, you know? And if anything, this makes me all the more excited for Stylist series Shimo. Because now that I'm looking at that thing, fuck, look at those colors. It's just fire. I'm sorry. But anyway, I've been ShinRobJira. Do so hope you all enjoyed. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna see you next week because I've said that twice now and I've just been back the very next day, so I hope y'all ain't getting tired of me. I don't know what I'm working on next, but I'll see you then and there. Peace out, fam. And I need to give one more shout out to a free user that just joined the Patreon, and Mr. Defoe, why? Because you conjured me from the void, now it's pizza time. He yelled as a time-consuming transformation began. What a fire fucking name. I had to.